Hello, and welcome to another edition of Day Drinking with Kevin. I'm your host, Kevin McGuire, and today's episode is entitled Playing with Fire. When I started this YouTube channel, I told you I was going to show you how to open a bottle of wine with a flaming set of tongs, and this is that episode. Today, we're going to learn how to use something called Port Tongs to open wine. Now, why would somebody want to use Port Tongs? In addition to the fact that it makes a great way to start a party, anytime you bring out something flaming to open wine, it is also used when a cork is so old that you don't want to risk disintegrating the cork by using a standard traditional method of opening the bottle of wine. One of the first things that we're going to do when we're using our Port Tongs is just check to make sure that the Port Tong fits snugly around the neck of the bottle. This is very important because there are some California bottles that are so large that the Port Tongs don't make a good seal on the bottle, and you'll not heat up the part of the glass where it's not touching, and it makes it harder to remove the top at the end. Next thing you're going to want to do is remove the foil from the bottle. This way you can see the air gap between the cork and where the liquid starts. It's in this gap that's where you want to place the Port Tongs. So again, you simply open up the tongs, put them in the air gap between the cork and the liquid, make sure that you've got a tight seal, and we'll be all ready to go. I highly recommend using safety goggles when you perform this task, only because sometimes there are bottles with defects, and when you heat them up, they can explode. So, let's go outside and open a bottle of wine with our Port Tongs. Well, we're outside. The Port Tongs have been in the fire pit for about 15 to 20 minutes, getting red hot. I've got my safety goggles on, so let's get started. First thing you do is take the Port Tongs out of the fire, clamp it down on the neck of the bottle just below the cork. Clamp it down really hard, and you're going to hold it there for about 1 minute, maybe a little bit more than 1 minute. And when you're doing this in front of a live audience, a minute can seem like an eternity. So it's probably a good idea to have somebody with a timer let you know that you actually did it for a minute. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Now, I'm going to remove the Port Tongs from the bottle, and I'm just going to put them back in the fire pit so that they're out of the way. The top of the bottle may be a little hot, so I'm going to hold that with a pot holder, and then I'm just going to brush the outside of the glass with a little cold water. You hear a little cracking, and that is what is supposed to be expected, and you can simply just take off the neck of the bottle. And that's how to open a bottle of wine with a flaming set of tongs. And that's how you open a bottle of wine with a flaming set of tongs. Couple of safety notes. When you remove the neck of the bottle, sometimes it can be very sharp. So be careful not to touch that or the top of the bottle. But this was a clean cut, so we don't really have to worry about shards of glass in our wine. And if you're looking for a great gift idea, consider dipping the neck of the bottle in some wax and giving that cork of that special momentous occasion to your customers as a giveaway. If you liked this episode, please consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to Day Drinking with Kevin. And if you have any ideas for future episodes or how-tos, I'd love to hear from you. So please email me at daydrinkingwithkevin@gmail.com. Until next time, I say, salute.